Scary moments Sunday night as severe storms pummeled the west side of San Antonio.
As soon as we got to our pantry and pulled the door closed, it sounded like an explosion happened.
Sisters Sarah and Sydney Moreno hunkered down in their pantry, scared that a tornado was bearing down on their home.
And then when we finally came out here, when the rain kind of stopped, we saw that our neighbor's house was basically gone.
Emergency crews were quick to the scene and spent the night assessing the damage. It was significant. Parts of roofs were missing, while a fence post could be seen lodged into the side of this home.
We have stuff that doesn't even belong to us in that yard. We have chairs here, some shoes. We have a shoe in our backyard too.
While the Moreno's home seemed to be in good shape, neighbors reported damaged walls and shattered glass, and some were forced out of their homes.
They're moving right now. They're moving all their stuff because their second floor is just flooding right now.
Again, a lot of that damage along a road called Palomino Pass here in the Wild Horse subdivision. There is a lot of damage here, and crews are still assessing that damage, and they'll be doing a lot of cleanup, especially tomorrow when the sun comes up. Thankfully, we're told, at least at the moment, there are no injuries associated with this. Reporting on the west side, Justin Horn, KSAT 12 News.
It's sad that a building that is really sacred, that a building that was open to everybody, was broken into.
From outside, they broke in this. And
workers at the House of Mercy building, part of St. Paul Catholic Church, found a side door had been breached and someone had rifled through the entire building Sunday night.
As any of you who have lost anything, you know how it's a sense of defilement.
Missing were the computer used to broadcast mass, guitars, amplifiers, microphones, and cords, among other items used mostly by the Congolese Catholic Choir of San Antonio. Seen here performing with those instruments.
most of the instruments, I bought them with my own money. And it breaks my heart. I invested it a lot for the sake of the choir.
For the community's safety, they want the thief caught.
The main concern is what happens here at St. Paul's could happen in any home in our neighborhood.
With only a set of drums and an amplifier left, the choir will have to cancel an upcoming event until they can replace or borrow the instruments.
There's going to be also the first opening mass at May 24th. Hopefully by then we can have some equipment back.
It will be the first in-person mass since the stay-at-home orders were lifted by the state. They pray for justice, but grace for the thieves.
And if the gentleman could know that he entered into a house of mercy, and God's mercy is always there, even if you steal my computer.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
A bat is the only flighted mammal in the world.
We need them desperately.
This is Robin.
There's 36 species that live in Texas, and we need every single one of them.
Now that's rare.
Michelle Camara, a wildlife conservationist, is going to bat for the bats in Texas.
This is a bat that will eat 6,000 bugs in a night.
She wants the community to know bats are not dangerous.
These ones will live about 8 years.
In fact, they're pretty helpful to Texans.
Just the Mexican free-tailed bats in Texas save farmers in the order of $1.2 billion a year and reduced pesticide needs.
So important, Texas Parks and Wildlife recently hired a bat expert to continue to learn more about the mammals.
I find that people are pretty proud of the bats that we have here and seem to be pretty interested in them.
State mammologist Jonah Evans says bats in our region are commonly known to potentially contract rabies like cats and dogs. He says there's no indication that North American bats carry any form of coronavirus. But there are studies gearing up to see if they can become infected and carry the disease.
If they could carry the disease, one, it could make bats sick and it could kill bats potentially. The other is we don't want it to create another reservoir for the disease to potentially get into other animals, potentially get back to people.
And they'll have different crevices on their face.
Testing for coronavirus is not yet available for bats, but new guidelines have been set for those who have permits to handle them.
Any wildlife rehabilitator, they can still receive injured and sick bats into their facility, but they are not allowed to release them into the wild until we have more information on the potential risk here.
San Antonio is less than an hour away from Bracken Bat Cave, one of the largest congregation of mammals in the world. It is estimated that anywhere between 5 and 20 million bats are in that cave. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
The amount of materials and decomposing food and feces and all that, it creates an environment and a smell like you've never seen or heard.
Hollywood Park Police Chief Shad Pritchard tells us he's never seen conditions like this before.
When you first walk into these tunnels, it just seems like it goes on forever, and then it just opens up into a room, and then more tunnels and more rooms, and it really is like a small little town down there.
The police body camera shows us the hidden town full of furniture, food, feces, and people.
It's just, there's shopping carts, there's lawnmowers, there's trash, there's clothes, there's just about anything you can imagine that people throw away.
Hey, y'all need to go.
Pritchard and his officers walk in daily to clear people out.
Every shift we're just going through, and unfortunately we have to walk through them.
The homeless city uncovered this week when an officer saw someone crawl in.
He took a baseball bat and beat the guy.
Police say they've been tracking an increase in crime around businesses along the highway between 1604 and Mecca Drive.
The first entrance starts at San Pedro and Mecca and is hidden behind bushes.
It crosses State Highway 281 and several shopping centers.
And it ends here, about half a mile away. The problem, says the chief, is there's other smaller entrances.
He estimates with all the tunnels included, it's about a 3-mile underground area. And cleaning it up is proving to be as big of an endeavor as clearing people out.
Here's the challenge. TxDOT says they own a portion of this cleanup effort. City of San Antonio has to step in and do their portion of the cleanup. And then somewhere in the middle is Hollywood Park, and we're not even sure who's going to fit the bill.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
We're going to be looking for boys or girls' clothes?
We're looking for boys.
Kids don't stop growing.
Oh, there's a nice Ralph Lauren shirt.
For Ken Krasinski, owner of 3 kids consignment stores in town, the need sprouted an idea.
Just tell me if you see something you like and we'll go ahead and pull it out. We do a video chat with customers. They tell us what they're looking for in the store. We show them options they have. I'll get your total and give you a call in just a minute, okay?
Virtual shopping is taking the sting out of being completely out of business.
So we're down 85%, but it's helping us pay our taxes. And it's helping us keep one employee employed. Then we'll go ahead and get payment.
On average, it takes about 15 minutes.
And when you're done, you get a call for curbside pickup, and he thinks this model could work for other businesses.
There's a lot of smart people out there being very creative, and you know, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can borrow ideas from other businesses.
Look at how pretty it all is.
And people like local florist Amanda Blissett.
Our main bread and butter is, of course, events, which aren't happening anymore.
You're going to insert it.
Thinking hard, she found a hook, a live virtual flower workshop.
And then you're going to take this one.
I take you step by step and how to make the arrangement we're doing that week.
And it's worked so well that interest has spread.
We're sending them nationwide, all over the state of Texas, but as far as Florida, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Arizona.
Look at that larkspur.
It's kept her business level and all 4 of her staff on the job.
We had been wanting to get into being able to ship our retail florals nationwide, and this gave us kind of the pause and also the push in order to figure it out and to do it quickly.
Both say they'll keep the model beyond the pandemic. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
His story just didn't make sense because they didn't call us for almost 30 minutes after the incident occurred.
Universal City Police say Wingstop General Manager Christopher Gassas claims he was in the middle of the parking lot with the store's deposit bag on Monday, March 30th, when he was robbed.
He was hit by someone. They ran away with the money.
With the help of surveillance cameras around the restaurant on Pat Booker Road near 1604, police quickly uncovered the alleged conspiracy. Police records show Gassas, another manager, Jesus Soto Salazar, and lead cook Ludmark Etienne, as well as his roommate Devin Watson, were arrested and charged for conspiracy to commit a crime.
Can't really discuss everything that the camera shows, but it definitely paints the picture as to what actually happened.
But that's not all. During the investigation, police say one of the suspects spilled the beans on a second alleged crime.
It was actually the night prior. The group conspired to go over and break into the ATM, which was information given from the other manager that we picked up last. He noticed that the ATM was open, went and got with the group, told him about it, and they decided, let's go to this ATM.
Police say between all four, they face about 14 felony charges for robbery and attempted break-in of the ATM. And because we're in a state of emergency, police say anyone committing a similar type of crime could face additional charges. The restaurant manager on duty Friday declined to comment on the arrests. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.